What is up, everybody? Welcome to your weekend astrology forecast for the weekend of September 25th and the 26th of 2021. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Thank you for being here with me. Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. Hope you're doing well. Lots to talk about. It's a big weekend. We get a Mercury retrograde on Sunday, but we'll start off on Saturday, of course, and we're going to see that sun come to 3 degrees. Again, closer to Mars. There's this energy buildup about relating, bringing in the beauty, attracting. A lot of what we're going through right now is attracting. We need to attract abundance. The moon's going to finish up in Taurus today and come into Gemini. So we're getting another high level part of the month here of bringing in value, knowing our worth, our capacity to create. It's going to square Jupiter. So it's big energy. There's going to be a lot of emotion, especially with the sun coming to 3 degrees. Like, there's a lot of emotion expanding around a lot of Venusian qualities, like money, how you feel. How do you look at yourself? Do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel comfortable within yourself? And how do you relate that? And how do you feel good about the people in your life? So there could be a lot of big thoughts or big emotions in our personal life, and especially with the moon coming into Gemini this weekend, it brings like, it scatters things out a little bit, but in a compact with Gemini. So yes, it's mutable, but it becomes more compact about our communications. But there's things that need to be talked about now. It brings up the here and now. So it's almost like Saturday is like, okay, there's these big feelings or big, emotions, and especially with Jupiter in Aquarius about the future of connections with people, the relationships, and what does that mean in your personal life? What does that mean in your environment? What's going on? So there's a lot about relating, of course, and there's a lot about attracting in what's going to make your life more bountiful, what's going to make your life more beautiful, what's going to make it better, and then doing the things in the moment as we come into the moon in Gemini with the North Node today, which isn't, super comfortable. So there's probably like sort of uncomfortable decisions. We're seeing Mars and Saturn in trine. Like, there probably are some uncomfortable decisions that need to be made. Like, yes, they're working harmoniously, but it's like, if you can define decisions about your partnerships, about your groups of people, the friends, about your place and how you can create that place in society for your future, especially with Saturn in Aquarius. I mean, we're talking about our futures here. We got to look outside the box a little bit, connect things better. And if we're able to make those decisions and sort of dedicate ourselves to what's going to bring in the most beauty and the most connection and the most bounty of our own self-reliance, as well as the reliance on the people that want to create something similar in life, boom, bingo, baby, good things. The sun's also, there's really nice grand trine energy, right? The sun and moon are going to trine in the evening with the moon on the North Node. So there's a lot of air. There's a lot of air. So it's like attracting in what you want, and then you have to attract things in by not only believing in yourself, by not only knowing your worth, but by taking that energy up to your throat chakra and voicing these things, having the conversations, asking for help. There's maybe, if you need help, ask for help. If you need to talk with God. Like, we got to, manifest. There's a level of manifestation that wants to come into our life this weekend, and it's through maybe not the most comfortable of conversations or decisions, but those decisions are so important for your future. So you want to be present and you want to be paying attention and use your intellect, but don't forget about your heart as well. But of course it gets heady, and we have Mercury stopped. It's going to, of course, retrograde 9 minutes on Saturday. Mercury is skirt, hit the brakes. It's like a sports car, just hit the brakes over here. So everything's kind of slowing down, and in a square to Pluto and in a trine to Jupiter. So there are a lot of relationship aspects or connection aspects in our own mind that are being weighed out heavily. It's like there's a lot of weight on the scales, especially with the aspects to Jupiter. But those, that's not a bad thing. It's just we got to kind of sift through, and the moon coming into Gemini, I think, will help us see what's exciting in life and what's worth keeping on the scales and what's worth taking off of the scales, which, if you're able to do that within your own personal life, I think you can make the decision that you need to in a positive manner. You know what I'm saying? So instead of having decisions be like this heavy weight or having scales in, a favor that isn't beneficial to you, it's about really like looking at what's beneficial to you and moving the scales in that direction. And Venus is, done with the opposition to Uranus. It's 3 degrees away now. And that's, nice, because I think we saw where the future can go with people, or where the future of money can kind of go for ourselves. And I think that's the thing, is you have to be looking into the future when it comes to financial aspects in your life. These are financial signs, Taurus and Scorpio. And maybe it's not just physical finances. Maybe it's, inner finance, inner self-worth that has to take the next level to attract in the abundance or the reflection in such a big moment, for relationships, of course, this weekend. And the moon's also going to trine Pluto today. So yeah, get to the bottom of our futures, make decisions. We need to investigate the best physical form from a place of inner stability and confidence. And then how do we manifest that? It's by using your voice and your intellect and having those conversations. Sunday, we get Mercury retrograde. It's going to retrograde at 10:10 p.m. on the West Coast. So it'll be the 27th if you're on the East Coast of the United States. But Mercury retrograde, 25-28. This is crazy. This is a lot. We're looking at 6 planets with Mercury, Uranus, Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, all in retrograde. That is extremely rare. Like we only have Venus and Mars. You can't count the sun and the moon. Like that's all we got is our identification with our value, our self-worth, our capacity to create in physical form, and the capacity to relate that individual experience with other people, to relate the direction with people that make sense. That's it. So this is an intense week coming up, where we're still going to have another week with Mercury square Pluto, but in retrograde. And I've talked a lot about this retrograde in Libra. It's a wild one. You wouldn't think so, but it is. And maybe I'll talk about it again on the weekly, but remember too, we're coming up on eclipses that are going to be in Taurus and Scorpio. Financial signs. We have to be smart about our finances. I know people don't want to hear that, but I'm trying to help, that's why I put this out here, is to help people, pay attention to that stuff. Because with so many retrogrades, especially coming into next week, because Pluto is going to go direct on the 6th of October, which is the day we have a new moon in Libra, ironically enough. The new moon will be right a couple hours before Pluto stations direct. And then on the 10th is Saturn. I believe the 17th is Jupiter. So this next week of 6 planets, and I even count Chiron, so really 7 planets retrograde, is going to be intense. So this weekend is important to get all of that stuff dialed in when it comes to relating, when it comes to your finances. Uranus just opposed Venus, or Venus opposed Uranus. That was a nice transit to show us the future of how to make our life better and how to attract that in and how to merge with energy that can help us in the future, and to trust and be vulnerable with people on a similar energy, with people on a similar path. Obviously, we can't relate just to everybody. Yes, we have to keep love and compassion in our heart, but we're coming into important times of really getting down to the bottom, which is what Mercury and Pluto are doing in this drawn out square of the destiny and who that destiny is with and who's a part of it. So it's very intense. And the sun comes to 4 degrees. It'll be at 3 and 4 degrees on Sunday. And, this is where things are getting extremely expanded, whether it's emotionally or grounded or about relationships. But then it's everything kind of opens up and gets even crazier with 4, which is Uranus. So there's a high electricity to start moving in the right direction when it comes to what's going to balance out your life and really connect dots. I think you got to really open up to all the possibilities that are going to, justify the best life for yourself. And we're done with the trine to the North Node. So there was, decisions about what's exciting and what's in your present here and now reality with Gemini. It's not about this big expanse, all this world stuff. Like, this is really about making smart decisions as we see Mars this whole weekend in trine with Saturn. Like, there's big decisions about your future and the connections and the relationships that are going to bring that balance and beauty into your life. So important. So important. And the moon in Gemini this weekend will also trine Mars. And it will quincunx Venus. That'll actually be on Sunday. But it's getting there. And it will trine Saturn. So, yeah, emotional big decisions. But we got to remember Black Moon Lilith is right there too at 10 with Aldebaran. Like, we cannot be scared of our light and our truth and the decisions that are going to involve change to bring in better. And we have to look for, different, it's just about taking that detour that I mentioned in Friday's horoscope. Like, there's detours en route to have exciting, to have better, to have more beautiful, to have more connection, all these things that are going to make your life better. This is such an important weekend to pay attention to the signs and to act accordingly, because God's going to drop signs in your lap this weekend that are going to be decision-based. And those decisions could be some of the biggest ones that you make before a Mercury retrograde Sunday evening that's going to carry us into a very, very strange time of our lives. It doesn't mean it's bad, but we're talking, things we haven't seen before. Kind of like the last 18, 19 months. A lot of this stuff is new, but it's not like going, there's going to keep being these changes. Uranus and Taurus is teaching us that our physical reality that we thought we had all figured out and stable and secure isn't. It's evolving, and we have to evolve with it, or we're going to not have the capacity, or we're not going to have the ability to create what's going to bring us the goodness. So, it's an important weekend. Like, I gotta be real with you. Decisions are everything. Relationships, connections, people. Really getting your self-worth in a place that's locked down and that you can expand upon and that you can, voice out and make things happen for really your immediate environment. There's a lot of, aspects to the North Node in Gemini and the moon there. It's so important to be present in the here and the now and not get lost in too much of the big picture, but still be able to be present in your environment while also being able to kind of peel out with the Aquarius energy too and be like, okay, does this really make sense? We almost have to get scientific in a spiritual way about everything that we're doing and setting ourselves up for in the future. I love you guys. I'm sending you all my best. I hope that it's an amazing weekend. I really do. Things are getting intense though. So, yeah, it's like a King of Pentacles in reverse. This is an important time to realize your manifestation abilities, to really sit on the throne of your physical power to create and to have what you want. But that comes through decisions, that comes through maybe work, that comes through responsibility of your physical form. If we can't just in some ways we can't just be so spiritual that we're not paying attention to physical reality and making decisions and having an understanding of what's going to be best in this physical world. It can't just be so wave. Like, we got to be both wave and particle and equal, have equal. We're in Libra season, equal parts wave and particle to create a life that's going to give you the best and have you sit on the throne of your manifestation abilities to have abundance and to have great things before, maybe you're feeling completely dethroned by our physical reality in some way. We got that because of the Tower card. Wow. You know, we're going to feel like we're falling from grace here if we're not changing and being smart about what we can do in our physical world and taking that powerful manifestation ability and putting it to use by relating and communicating and expressing. It's just a time of this time of big change is just here, and it's gonna throw people off, and I don't want it to do that. So that's why I try and put this stuff out there. Like, I want you guys to have an edge. I put this stuff out for you so you can have an edge. Tower moments can be amazing. They can put us at really powerful places on a new journey. We have to be willing to make sure that the journey we're on matches up with the spiritual and the physical destiny, which is what Pluto in Capricorn is rewriting for everybody too, as well as governments and institutions and the set of rules that we live by. It's the overall. Wow, another major arcana. Wheel of Fortune reversed. We just can't be scared of the change. You can't be scared to spin the wheel of life and the wheel of destiny and the wheel of fortune, of fate. It's an important weekend. We have to consider a lot of things and make decisions. And that decision is the harmonious gift that we get with Saturn and Mars in trine. But it's not like, we're dealing with the malefics here. It's not just simple, airy, oh, everything's just... No, these are important things for the future and who you're connecting with and relating to. And I'll pull one more advice card because this is juicy. 5 of Cups. Got to make the changes and take the risk to get out of emotional sorrow or feeling like a victim or feeling let down by the universe. Like, I didn't sign up for this. I didn't want this. We signed up for this. And we got to take our power back in every way, shape, and form in our own personal lives and in our environments so that we can have great things and embrace the change so that we can grow through it and evolve through it with the people that are going to be there for us, and with a good understanding too, I would say, of all angles and all sides, light, dark, good, bad, happy, sad. Everything has to be balanced out as we go through this change so that we can realize that it's not all so bad. There's a lot of beauty to be had in your choices. I love you all so much. Sending you my absolute best. Little intense horoscope, but every now and then it just has to come out that way. Love you all, and I will see you for the weeklies, which will come out on Monday, and Monday's horoscope as well. Much love. Take care. Peace.